what was the what did you think of the show open last week? The audio.
Yeah, great. Oh, yes.
That was funny.
I liked it. Very good. Yeah, John was amused as well, I think.
Yeah. I listened to it back. I was listening back to the show, and I was like, oh, I had to grab that stamp and put it in the audio only, just as the open. I thought that was funny.
Yeah, it was great. So, very, very funny. Yeah, it was great. So, hello, everybody. Hello. We are live. We know we're live. We're here. We're alive. Yeah. We exist.
Yeah. Yes. Well.
So, yeah. We've just literally jumped on. So how you doing, Deej? How's things?
I am doing all right. Yeah, haven't had a chance. I'll tell you after the show. I haven't even had a chance to tell you. Had setback with the house, weird one. So I'll explain later.
Okay.
Yeah,
Salamanders.
Oh yeah, everything else is going good. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay. Although, if you'd spoke to me this time yesterday, I would have said my cold has gone. However, today I've been coughing again. So again, apologies, guys. I'll mute myself as best I can. I've just got a bit of a dry throat again, so I hope I haven't caught another bug. If I have, yay, honestly. But yeah, so just bear with me, guys. I'll do my best not to just cough my guts up, but it might happen. It might happen. Paul's saying, yeah, Steve fixed. Sounds good. All right, good. Paul was DMing me earlier about the mic. So all we've done, Paul, is just moved it a bit closer. That's literally all we've done.
Yeah.
So we got
yeah. I worked with him, Paul. We moved it closer, dialed it back, did the whole thing, give more volume to his voice,
EQ.
Get that girth.
Well, hey, look, I know you well, Deej, but just not that
well. Oh, we're getting there.
Yeah, I think we've just got our show open for this week.
Yeah, I think we do. We do.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We do. We sure do. But yeah, so again, apologies, guys, if there's coffee. Now, Paul was humble bragging earlier in his DMs. I hope you won't mind me saying. Paul's been hanging out with Formula One drivers at Shepperton Studios.
Do they know?
Well, as far as I think so. Well, there's no boots in those cars he can hide in or trunk.
Yeah, that's true.
So but
wow.
Yeah, so he's been hobnobbing with the rich and famous.
Yeah, well, or the drivers of actually, yeah, they are. So that's a good time. That's a good time. Yeah. It's a lot of fun. What's he doing with them? Do you know? Is he
some kind of? He says no details. Haven't done it yet. Shh. Okay, right. Well, he's going to be doing it at some point in the very near future.
Yeah. He's going to be doing something with somebody we don't know who. Sounds fun though.
Or where. Yeah.
Yeah, we got to be careful.
Yeah,
we are filming something.
I think you might have to narrow that down at some point, Paul. Otherwise, it's going to be tricky. But very cool, very cool. So he was been doing that. But yeah, no. So it's been an interesting week. I've seen some great stuff this week, some not so great stuff this week. But generally it's been very, very cool. So yeah, not bad at all. And I've got some absolute barnstorming stuff to talk about tonight, including a movie that out Evil Dead's Evil Dead.
Really? Out?
Oh yeah, and not only does it out Evil Dead, it out terrifies Terrifier. For reasons I will explain.
Yeah, I heard you
telling me. Has now been pushed further along than even Terrifier 3, which was my previous kind of high watermark for what was acceptable to show on screen. We've got a movie tonight which pushes it even further down the road for reasons I'll explain. So yeah, goodness gracious me, that is a hell of a film. So yeah, we will get to that. Yeah, Jordan says I know what Steve was talking about. Oh yes. Yeah, so bananas. I don't know if Shane's seen it yet. I know he was going to look it up and he was going to see it. I don't know if he has yet, but boy, oh boy. And I'll say right now, Deej, not one you ever need to see.
Yeah, that's we had that conversation.
Yeah,
I think you said that earlier.
Yeah. This is a no DJ film. This one. If you were angry at the end of the crash, at the end of this, you'd be absolutely going postal. God.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just, oh dear. Yes, and although Jordan does say, yeah, it gives a great idea for a popcorn bucket. Well, it does. We'll talk about that later, Jordan.
Yeah.
So there we go. So no, it's been good. Been a very cool week. Busy at work,
Nice.
but not too busy. And yeah, overall, very good. So not bad.
Nice.
So yeah. So
Yeah.
all good. Now Jordan did say, because this is our kind of freewheeling bit of the show, isn't it?
Yeah.
So Jordan did say in the chat about the excitement for Manhunter. Yeah, there's been, it says cool news regarding Manhunter being remastered in 4K with an all new cut. So that's obviously Michael Mann's Manhunter, not the Red Dragon.
Yeah, the one, the original
version,
one that came out before Silence of the Lambs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Same story. Yeah.
Yeah, with a different Hannibal Lecter.
That's from the 80s, right?
Lecter.
From mid 80s,
Yes.
I think. Yeah, with what's his name?
Well, Brian Cox is Hannibal Lecter. I can't remember who the main chap is. But yeah, so that's interesting because I didn't even know there was an alternate cut of that available. So that does sound very interesting indeed.
Yeah. That's cool.
And then Mike Piantadosi says, watched Panic Room last night. First time watching, great HT experience. Good man. Yeah, that's a very, very good disc, that one.
I've been meaning to get to that I was almost got to it for last week, almost got to it for this week. But yeah, haven't since we were talking about it a couple of weeks ago. I have it queued up. Just more exciting, not more exciting, I guess. But yeah, it's not like we have we're short for material.
Oh, so, we are absolutely not short. No, I mean it's crazy at the minute. I mean it really is. I'm running to stand still. And it's just so much stuff dropping, so much stuff to see. But in a cool way, and of course, just to say hi to John Thompson. Disclosure Day dropped here today, or tomorrow. No, tomorrow. Sorry, tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Dropped here, and it is showing in IMAX in this local Odeon Lux. So I'm hoping to catch that for next week. Hopefully get to that this weekend if I can. I mean, John could not say enough good things about it. I know. Really. So, I mean, he's a bit of a pal of Spielberg, in fairness. Yeah, but
that's
true. He was nevertheless very impressed. So
I just tried not to talk about him other than what I read online because he
just appears.
No, not that, not at all. No, I don't mind him just appering. I mean, we talked about a bunch of stuff we're not allowed to say, and I'm like, if I like,
yeah. So we got gossipy after the show.
To say the least. I was talking with somebody late. We went late on the show, and then the three of us just kept chatting afterwards too. And people like, some listeners were like, messaging me, and I'm like, just finished the show. Sorry. Yeah. And people here are like, what have you been doing? I'm like, talking. But what about what's funny is I was speaking to John Thompson. I know you saw the stuff, you retweeted it and commented, but there it goes again. People on social media saying that he's like, using AI for his responses or his opinions, and I'm like, oh no.
No. Oh. No, people do seem to come for him quite a bit on social media. I mean, I say specifically, I mean only really on X because that's the only thing I'm on.
That's the only thing I see him on too. But he's also. I know I've heard from other people that he's elsewhere, and same thing.
He's on Instagram and
he jumps in on the forums, and it's he's. And like what I said on Twitter there, or X, whatever you want to call it, I said, he's considered to be very opinionated and very brash. And that's where I think he gets, but the thing is like, you can agree with him or disagree with him. And I've said, there's things him and I, we became friends because we had a disagreement. It was but his opinions are well founded in facts. There's nothing about it that's like, he's not like, it's not a opinion based in ignorance. That's for sure. You don't have to agree with it because you could still have an opinion based in facts, and it can be his opinion. But it's like, the problem is people try to argue with them without facts to back their side up, right? And then it's like, and if you do that, that's when you get into the name calling. You're just this, or are you that? Or like, what are we talking about here? No, go at it. Like, if you don't like what he's saying, and back your side up with facts. And him and I have had many arguments like that, where you go back and forth and we're both based in facts. And it's like, I mean, I don't want to get into the whole thing, but we had one epic one, and it came to like 4 hours, and we found out we were both right. We're just coming at it from different perspectives. And it was like, oh, okay, that's what you're saying. And it can get heated, and when I say that wasn't on a Twitter thing, that was like literally verbally. So it's not like but it is. It's like, you gotta have your stuff. And it's funny when you have the facts and you're stronger, right? You're gonna keep going, like John will, like I will, or you will. It's like, you're gonna be like, look, this is it. This is how I feel. Stop me.
And I also think I don't know, who knows what drives trolls and the denizens of the darker regions of X. But I think, and I hope John won't mind me saying this if he does listen to this back, I think some people find his knowledge and his intellect on all these things intimidating. Yeah. And I think that therefore they respond in a like they've been hurt. It's almost like a fight or flight reaction. So they just say stupid stuff, and they try and dismiss him. But his knowledge is crazy. His bona fides are beyond reproach. There's just no arguing with it. And I think that's what that is. I think there is a certain amount of people just thinking, whoa, this can't be real. This can't be right, because he just seems to know this stuff. And so but that's on them. That's not John's fault. And it's a shame that John has to then feel the need to defend himself for his views when they are so well founded. And again, as you say, based in fact, but based in a wealth of experience that most of us couldn't even dream of. I mean, he's forgotten more about this stuff than we would ever know. Yeah. He's incredibly knowledgeable. So I think also, by the way, going on Twitter with facts is something that they're not used to. So I think that freaks people out as well.
Yeah. Well, that's where he gets it too. He'll do the same. Yeah, he'll do the same thing in the forums too. Mm-hmm, and I've had people tell me about different forums he's on, whether it's like AVS or wherever he goes, and he'll like see people comment and he is, and that's, he did it to me. Yeah, that's how he would jump in and say something. I'm like, what the heck? Before I knew him, it's like, who is this guy? What is he coming at me for? But it's like, it's just funny. I find it very entertaining to watch people go at him or anybody else. Like, you find when you see knowledgeable people in the social media or listen to different podcasts that people criticize, it's like, you don't have to agree with people, but like, God knows there's a lot of people I don't agree with, but I respect their knowledge. And I use that in my own, even if I don't agree with somebody, it's like, I can use what they're saying, and it's like, all right, I know what they're saying, but I don't agree with it, but I'll use that in my own, to either strengthen what my opinion is to myself. 'Cause a lot of this stuff is just an opinion. It's a belief. It's, what you like over something else. Like, so, there's so many different things, but, do we have any questions today?
I don't know. Does
I almost said this morning. What the heck is wrong with
that
me?
Would be nice.
Yeah,
that would be nice.
Day.
Yeah, man. Well, it's I don't know if anyone does have any questions they want us to ask. I don't have any specific questions really, not this week. But this was for the for the listeners. I mean, I know that Jordan is saying here about video games being recently announced and stuff. There's lots of video game stuff this week, including a long trailer of gameplay for Wolverine, which is coming out on the PS5 in September, I think, just before GTA 6. And Wolverine looks about as violent a video game as I think I've ever seen.
Really? Are you still playing the video games?
I do. Not quite as much as I
used to a lot. Even when you first came on the show, you were playing them a lot. Like,
well, the reality is, but when I'm at home, there are the gaming space is being used by others. So that means that so I don't do that. But when I play games these days, it tends to be on the move. So with the Lenovo Legion Go, which you might just be able to see there behind me, just by the thing that side, just there.
Oh, okay,
yeah. So that still goes with me wherever I go. And so when I do play games, it tends to be on the move rather than at home in front of the TV. But Wolverine does look awesome. Oh, and Greg, good old Greg.
What is New Age Greg. Crazy Taxi?
Oh, it's the Sega game, Crazy Taxi. Did you ever play that, Deej?
I don't think so. I don't remember. It doesn't even sound familiar.
Oh, it's a kind of it's very much a Sega arcade racer where you literally just pick people up, take them to their destination, and drop them off through various kind of crazy routes and stuff. And I spent much of my life on that. And there's a new one coming, and it's got very specific music to it. And it did look absolutely amazing. So yes, Greg, I'm with you on that one. Looking forward to that, but not till next year. So long way to wait for that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but yeah, so I tend to play on the move. I don't tend to play. I mean, Marcus Beebe saying gaming in the home theater is awesome. It is, but I just, because of the way that I've got the setup here, there are two PS5s in this house, and unfortunately, when one is being used, the other one can't be because of the same gaming network. So so when it's being used and it's not being used by me, I can't use it basically. So hence the Legion Go is definitely where I've been spending my time.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I haven't played video games in years and years, and I'm hesitant to get back into it because it is such a time suck.
Yeah, quite.
And it's like,
I think the last time was, didn't you, when you bought the PS5 for Joe, wasn't it, with Spider-Man 2? Wasn't that when you had a little bit of a blast?
Last I played a ton was Spider-Man, the first one. I did play that a lot, and that was on the PS4. When Joe first went to college, it might have been his sophomore year even, we started playing video games like when he was at school, and we'd get on and talk, and it would just be me and him, and we'd go into, I forget which game it was, but it was one of the first person shooters where you drop in. It's a military game, and I was crying laughing. It's like, because he's really good at it, and I'm dropping in and like running around and jumping. It's like, Dad, what are you doing? What are you doing? And my character's running, but I don't see my character because I'm in the first person mode. So like, you're just looking. He's like, I look like I'm running around like a nut, like a chicken with his head cut off, just jumping all over. I think one time I like just slammed into the ground and died. He's like, all right, I'll die too. I'll come back in. He's trying to
I'll hold your hand, Granddad. Yeah.
Oh God, it was great. Yeah.
Yeah.
I cried and laughed so hard when we were doing that. It was so much fun.
Oh man, it's all good. It is, but it's there is loads of stuff coming. There are absolutely loads. So and it's just been a week for it. Xbox had a big thing, PlayStation had a big thing. There's like a Nintendo reveal next couple of days. So it's big. But we can hold our own without home theater stuff. Much more interesting, even if the games make way more money. So there we go.
Well, yeah, they should make more money. It should be cheaper to make them. No.
What, the games?
Yeah.
Oh no. They're costing more to make and taking longer to do than ever.
More to make than a movie? Like $200 million to make a video game?
Do you want to know how much they spent on GTA 6 and GTA 5 and Red Dead Redemption 2? You're talking hundreds of millions of dollars. It's crazy, Deej, but then they make hundreds of millions of dollars. Or billions of dollars.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So no. They're huge productions all across the world, thousands and thousands of people working on them 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They get to the crunch time. They're doing 90 to 100-hour weeks. Yeah, I mean, to the point where some of the studio, I mean, again, I'm only talking from what little I've read about it. I'm no expert.
Yeah.
I'm certainly no John Thompson when it comes to gaming. But there are entire studios that have disbanded because they just broke them in finishing this game. And I mean, it's crazy. And the biggest one of them all hits in November, which is Grand Theft Auto 6, which has been 15 years in the making. And again, you're talking
really $
300, $400, $500 million to make, but they'll make billions. and they'll be making money for another 15 to 20 years on these things. It's crazy money, Deej. It's not, we've come a long way since Mario.
You think? Well, I go like for me, it's NHL 94. See that?
Okay.
Like I scroll by that, like you'll see that on Twitter. Somebody will be like, "This is the," that was the game, because before that it was like Blades of Steel, remember Blade for hockey, But then the NHL 94 came out, and we're like, it just can't get better than this. Like, what is going on? And you laugh. It's like, actually, I don't even know. Has the hockey game's gotten that much better than that? I know the first person shooters and stuff, but I mean, how much better I know it is better. And like you see the players and the numbers on their backs, and it looks a little bit, and then they'll have the cutaways and, all that stuff, but it's still the essence is all in that original NHL 94, the passing and stuff in the gameplay. But
so Marcus Beebe there saying, there you go, GTA 6 is over $1 billion. There you go.
To make?
Yep.
To make it. Over $1 billion they spent to make. What do they actually crash all those cars?
Well, but their world. I mean, quite. I mean, I absolutely get
all
that.
Right.
But when if you spend any time in them, I mean,
blow up another Bugatti.
Red Dead Redemption 2 is still the high watermark for a living, breathing world, where you don't have to do anything. You can just watch the world. You can watch the clouds move across the thing. You can watch the weather change. You can, if you stand still long enough by a river, you could watch a bird swoop down and take a fish out of the river and fly off. I mean, it's bananas what they did. And that was 2018. So there's these fully living, breathing worlds take forever to create. I mean, it's incredible. I mean, the level of detail is just bananas. But there we go. Anyway, sorry, what was that about Blades of Steel?
The Blades of Steel. That Michael Panton, OC saying Blades of Steel is a classic. He's like, make the pass, make the pass, make the pass. Oh my God.
That was all it could say, was it?
Yeah. That's all it said. It's like the whole time, make the pass, make the pass. Pretty much what any coach is saying too. And I'm like, pass it to a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, I think that was Red Dead, where you got to get your horse.
Yeah,
it stayed with you.
People get really upset when things happen to the horses. Like the horses can die.
That's one of the funniest things on #Dork. Listening to that podcast back then, and Rich Keefe accidentally killed his own horse.
Oh man!
And he's like, no. It's one of the greatest stories. It's like, I forget what the horse's name was, if anybody in the chat knows. Oh, it's classic. It's like Bucky or something, whatever. What the heck was his horse's name? It was hysterical.
Like, you wouldn't be beside yourself if you did that.
Oh my God, I would. And that's why his story was so great, because he's the same way. We all are with animals, right? He had this horse, right? I think he accidentally shot it.
Oh man, yeah.
He's like, he shut the game off. He tried to save it, like redo, and he's like, nope.
Yeah,
so much blood.
Go into mourning. So much blood. Go into mourning.
Oh God, yeah, he was sick. He was sick. It was so funny.
I genuinely do get it. I mean, that again, they are living and breathing. I mean, if you leave them long enough, they poo. They this is the thing. They are, again, living, breathing animals. It's just bananas. Anyway, so that's the one that's going to change everything. It'll be out in November, and that's going to be about $120 per one, from what I understand.
Really? I think Greg said earlier they're selling, like, what is it, AAA or whatever?
80. The AAA games are $80 each.
$80.
But I think Red Dead, GTA 6 is going to be 100 plus.
Yeah.
And that's
you got to make up your $1 billion somewhere.
Well, I mean, it's going to just be crazy.
That's insane.
Mm-hmm.
They could spend, obviously, and then they make that much money.
Mm-hmm. It's bigger than the film industry by miles, way bigger than the film industry. But then again, that causes its own problems, because then, a bit like the film industry, the big tent poles, the big ones suck in all the air, and so the smaller ones don't always then find a foothold. But there we go. Yeah. So Greg says a lot of boxes of popcorn.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
And then so Dom says, I played and finished GTA 5 twice. Amazing game, but had no kids then. And GTA 6 looks insane, but I guess I'll play when I'm retired or I win the lottery and stop working.
Yeah,
oh, man, fair play. Yeah. It's
that's
not going to
true
be easy for
too.
me either, Dom.
That's true too. These games, they have a longer life than movies too, right?
Well,
Like a
yes.
movie comes out and you only have like a month that movie's making money, and then it's moving on, and then it has a chance at home release. But the idea of like these things come out and like word of mouth, and people like you get the holiday season, the people that didn't adopt it right away when it came out, you know they can go on for a couple of years of people still buying it. So
yeah, well, GTA 5 with the online mode is still making money. I mean, again, Marcus Beebe says that last year. Bear in mind that game is nearly 15 years old. Made $500 million last year in a game that's that old.
Right, but they do updating
for online
stuff
purchases.
too, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But that's that's how you can keep generating this money. I mean, they're crazy. But anyway, there we go. We diverted to video games at our peril.
Yeah. Oh, it's, I mean, it's a huge part. I loved playing the video games in my theater and stuff back in the day. Like I'd do a first person shooter online with my friends, and I really felt like it was an advantage because you could see the screen so much better. It's like you see everything's bigger. You're looking around. Obviously it wasn't as big as it is now. The gaming industry is, I mean, like in 2001, 2002, but yeah. Oh, it was so much fun, especially with the surround sound. You hear noises behind you. Joe played a ton. I mean, he was still playing right up until we left the house. He'd be in there, and he always sat in the front row. I think it was more because the remote worked better there or something like that. It read it better because it was in the closet through there, but he always sat in the front row and he loved it. So, yep.
Well, also they work very well with the glasses as well. So you can do this portably now. So, I mean, you look like a bit of an idiot, but you can sit on a bus with your controller and, play this thing on a 147-inch screen.
Don't tell me that.
You can.
I know you can.
Well, and with PS5 remote play and all the rest of it, you could be playing your PlayStation that way as well. I mean, it's crazy. But
from what? Again, from what? Right, from your phone?
From your iPad or your phone? Yeah. As long as you've got a decent Wi-Fi connection, you can do that. I mean, again, I plug it directly into the Legion Go, but the controllers come off the side of that and can create their own little controller. So you can literally have the machine in your bag, playing this game on 147-inch screen with a controller that's not connected.
Yeah, earbuds.
It's crazy. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, AirPods in, so you've got spatial audio, and you might as well be in your theater. Yeah, it's really cool. And again, first-person shooters on that are bananas.
How funny would it be if I got the setup at work and I got it all going, but I actually grabbed the rig, like the steering wheel and the shifter, and I'm sitting in my truck during like rain. It's like shifted. It's like a second steering wheel with the glasses on, and you're playing GTA. Like, yeah, there we go. Oh my God.
You might get some strange looks, but very cool nonetheless.
Yeah. Awesome. Awesome.
All right. Should we kick the tires, light the fire?
Yeah. There we go.
Okay.
Sounds good. Let's hit.
We are Brightside Gear.
Hey, home theater nerds, welcome to the Bright Side Home Theater Podcast, a multi-award-winning giving and receiving home theater podcast that's all about the experiences, the sights,
the sounds,
the scenes.
All right.
Now, Deej, I was trying to be as impassive as I could be so as not to put you off this week.
I was trying not to look at you.
See, there you go. Look at that.
Hey?
Getting lost in my eyes. That's fine. You're only human.
Yeah, I was trying not to. I'm like, all right, I'm going to look down. I'm not getting distracted by your handsome.
Oh, look at that. Oh, shucks.
Yeah.
All right, let me say hi to everyone in the chat then, Deej. Let me say hi to everyone.
All right.
All righty. So again, quite a fair few in. So Steve Out was first in. Hey, Steve. And then Mikey was in saying saw Masters of the Universe at Dolby Cinema with Johnny Speakers. and that was a good
nice.
time. I bet it was.
Nice.
Yeah. Paul's in. We know Paul's in. Hey, Paul. And Holger's in. Good night, Holger. How you doing? Marcus Beeb's in as well. Hey, Marcus. And Captain's in. My captain. Mike's in as well. Mikey Piantanosi, as we know. Jordan's in. Hey, Jordan. Old School Kung Fu Films is in. Saying hi, everyone. Hey, buddy. And I've got to be a little careful. Bill McAllister's in saying howdy from Nashville. So there we go. Howdy from Nashville. Very
nice.
Cool.
Howdy from Nashville.
Yeah, it's from Nashville. Very good.
Nice.
Dom's in as well. Bonsoir, Dom. Hey, Dom. Sorry, I've got to be careful. Greg's in. There's a couple skipping over Deej. Greg's in. Hey, Greg. How you doing, buddy? There's a couple there I'm jumping over deliberately.
Oh, okay.
And who else did I see? I thought I saw another couple drop in as well. Oh, Ariel Ernest is in saying good afternoon. See, good afternoon. It's just about right, exactly. And then we have, and I think that's it for the time being. There you go. Yeah, I see that, Deej. I see that. And again, as we say every week, you're in listening. Yeah, there's a couple of weird ones in. If you're joining us for the first time or you're a regular tuner-inner, but you haven't said hello, then feel free. Always good to say hi. Wild Booker just says, what's up, peeps?
What's up, peeps?
So, very cool. Hey, Wild Booker, how you doing? Yeah, so feel free to say hi. We always like to know who's in. And again, if you want to, you got questions, anything you want us to deal with, just let us know and we'll try and fit it in.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. Since we don't have a question for this week, do you want to get to this one here that we talked about last week?
We can.
It's not really a home theater experience, but it was a discussion that
It is an experience.
It is what?
It is an experience.
It's an experience. It's not a home theater experience.
No,
but
no. Go on, let's do this.
Are you ready? I'll run the audio anyways, but yeah, we mentioned this last week. I had seen it, and I kind of wanted to see if Steve had seen it and get his take on it. And this week he has, and we're talking Netflix, The Crash. And it's a documentary. It's an hour and 34 minutes long. It isn't Dolby Vision apparently, but I don't know if it doesn't even matter. The picture and the sound, it does not matter. This is literally about the content. What did you think, Steve?
Okay. Well, it is fair to say there has been an awful lot of discussion about this documentary, both at the firm that I work at, where the people there, a lot of the admin staff had seen it. A couple of the solicitors had seen it. My boss hasn't yet, but I have told him to, so he's going to hopefully see it. And various people chiming in. A lot of people have seen it that you wouldn't normally talk to them about. Just very briefly, so it is literally about a car crash that takes place 2023 or 2022. 22, wasn't it?
22, I think, something like
that. 22. So there's a 17-year-old girl in Ohio. Was it? It's Ohio. It is Ohio. Which has relevance for in a minute. 17-year-old girl. She's in this car late at night with her partner and a friend of them both in the back. She drives along this road and then it apparently accelerates to very high speed and straight into the side of a building, killing her partner and their friend. She survives it and finds herself being charged with murder, and that it's all about the court case and what happens. It's clearly a true story. It's documentary. So what did I think of it? Well, it was interesting. I've got some particular kind of perspective on this. I think that this would be better. It's very good. It's riveting. I mean, you can't miss it. With some input from the defense. So this is something that I know you said these last week. I'm a carpenter and I could defend it better. It is very clear to me that this would have been improved immeasurably with some input from defense lawyer, defense firm, be it old defense lawyer or new defense lawyer, whoever it might have been. Now, and I suspect that's because he has taken the view that you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. If you agree to this interview, you can't control the edit, so they can. And I say this as a defense lawyer, and I've got a particular reason for this in a minute, which I'll talk about. So you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. If he agrees to an interview, they can edit it and chop it and change it and make him look however they want to. If you don't agree to do it, they then can just pretty much excise you from it. And I suspect, I don't know, but I suspect that's what's happened here.
Yeah.
Because you never
That
get
makes sense.
input from the decisions made as to why to choose a judge trial. Never do that over a jury trial.
I have an opinion on that.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So okay, but we never know why those decisions were made. We don't know why medical evidence wasn't called. We don't know why blood and toxicology evidence wasn't put forward from the victims, bearing in mind one of the defense theories. There is all kinds of stuff that's missing. At the end of this, I had so many questions.
That's what I mean.
And unfortunately, you don't get the answers. Now, I understand why possibly the defense lawyer did not agree to take part or just didn't do it. I mean, I was involved in a people trafficking case here, quite a big case where I walked into the police station. There were cameras everywhere, and they were filming a documentary on people trafficking. And they approached me and said, "Oh, did you want to be in this?" And I said, "No, you turn the cameras off. You're not going to film me as part of this." And after I'd spoken to my client, she didn't agree to it either, because again, you're at risk of becoming the story. Right. And you can't control it. So, but there is a danger in that. And I think this documentary shows the potential danger, because you're just like, well, he obviously didn't do his job right. Well, we don't know that.
Right.
So yeah, lots of questions, a fascinating documentary. I would love to have spoken to the defense lawyer and find out whether there is a lot of stuff they just didn't present here, in this documentary. And I think there must be. Because just calling mum and her in the defense is not what you do in a double murder case.
Right. So, but the funny thing is, though, it's like, what I didn't like is, okay, so that's a great point, and I didn't think of that, but it doesn't change how I feel about what happened to her. And like I said to you last week, is that how do you charge her? How do you go from 17-year-old girl, driving recklessly to like out and out murder? And where, to your point, like, there's no defense here in this documentary. We get nothing from their side. And you would think that in that case, usually, like, when you hear, like, when somebody does something, typically the prosecution goes first and you're like, oh my God, that person's guilty. And you haven't heard the defense yet. And you're like, that person is just so guilty. And then you hear the defense and you're like, oh, okay, I didn't think of that. This left me with, how can you not defend that? I mean, it's ridiculous. How do you find it? Even just hearing the prosecution side, I'm like, this is crazy. And it's like, to me, it's like, now the thing that I thought was that upset me the most is what I heard the prosecutor saying. It seemed like he built his case around her TikTok personality.
Yeah, social media. Yeah.
And I'm like, you can't do that. That's like that's a personality, right? And they're like, they were using that as evidence. And this is why I think they chose for a judge trial instead of a jury trial. Because if you went before a jury and they're going to lead with her TikTok, everybody is going to. And like, we had this conversation here, and it's like, everybody's like, look at her. She did it. She's guilty. It's like, all right, she did it, but she didn't commit murder. And if you present just the TikTok person, I could see, I mean, if I'm on a jury, I'd see that and be like, oh my God, she's just careless. She's this, that, you despise that TikTok character, but that doesn't mean that's the person. Right. And it's like, you don't know that. So for them to use that on a 17-year-old girl, and that's your lead, like, clearly look at her on TikTok. This is what she's like. This is her personality. And like, no, that doesn't mean it. It's that. And that's why in my opinion, I think they went with, because a judge, the way I've said it to people that I'm talking to, if you're in front of a jury and you say on her TikTok video, you'd hear like, I object. That has nothing to do with, okay, yeah, strike that. Don't forget what they said, but the jury would never forget it. You would hope the judge, when you're just talking to a judge, they'd go, that has nothing to do with this case. Oof. But clearly they didn't, right?
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'll tell you, 26 years of criminal defense experience, and anecdotes out the wazoo that I can't share on air because, of course, for dangers of confidentiality. On a case like this, and indeed just about any case, if you have the choice of putting this in front of a jury, you put it in front of a jury. Judges are jaded. And again, I mean this just,
So
very
people
generally.
Right.
Yeah, but juries tend to be, they're dealing with it for the first time. Their minds tend to be fairly open. They are much more receptive to arguments than a judge who is jaded, who's been doing it for a long time, who thinks everybody's a criminal because that's what they see day in and day out.
Yeah.
Juries, certainly in the UK, the acquittal rates for jury trials is way higher than for magistrates and district judges. It's not just anecdotal; it's statistical.
Yeah.
And you'd be amazed. I mean, again, I could talk to you forever about some incredible decisions juries have come to. This should have been put in front of a jury all day long. And that's one of the questions I'd want to know about, again, the defense lawyer. What was the thinking? Because I mean, the judge, and you heard the judge's comments. The judge was the worst person to hear this.
Oh my God.
She had made up her mind very quickly.
Exactly.
Again, based on this documentary, let's not defame anybody that's litigious. But the way this is edited, the way this is presented, it appears as though, check that out for caveat, Steve. It appears as though that a decision was made quite early on as to who what. And I think that a jury would be much more malleable, much more receptive to this idea, because they tend to be normal people, men and women, jury of your peers, all that stuff. And therefore they are much more receptive to arguments such as empathy. It's a young girl. Why would she do this? Where is this motive? Certainly jurors are more likely to have used TikTok. Do you think judges use TikTok? Probably not. Maybe Judge Judy. All right. But not that many. Right. So again, whereas jurors know this, it would be like trying to try an actor based on the roles they played in movies.
That's what I was saying last week. I was like, it feels like, exactly. It'd be like saying, well, clearly Tom Cruise did this because you saw the way he manhandled that guy in Mission Impossible. Like, what? No. It's a character.
Yeah. So this is the thing. So I lots of questions. I would be fascinated to talk to the defense lawyer on this, and I'm sure there's way more to it. There's way more to it, because again, there's a potential medical defense she raises. You can't call mum to give that medical evidence. I mean, that you saw how quickly that is just thrown out. It goes nowhere. So they must have investigated that. So there must be medical evidence on that. What was the toxicology of the two victims? Because there's a defense theory that they, grabbed the wheel or they're messing about. Fine. What were there? Because we know about her blood toxicity. Yeah. What about them? That should have been a line of inquiry, which should have been put forward. There's loads of it. There's absolutely loads. Which as a trial lawyer and with trial experience, all about that.
Did you also hear? I heard that there's another documentary or whatever where they actually say that the texting was actually there's a text chain from 2 weeks before.
Yeah, the thing on the highway
that the boyfriend was trying to do it. The boyfriend was the one trying, and she texted the boyfriend's mother saying like, I need help. He's trying to kill me in the car here. And it's like, but that wasn't used or something like that. Or it's in the documentary, they switched it the other way around. And it's like,
yeah, they did. But I there's a funny wording in it because it talks about how she's had an appeal denied. Now that's an unusual word. That's quite a pejorative word in legal terms. So because it doesn't say the appeal was dismissed. It says the appeal was denied, which is different. They're two very different things.
Oh, really?
So it looks as though she's had permission to appeal refused. Now, I must admit, I don't know what grounds you have to have for an appeal in the US. Over here, for a Crown Court trial, so from where if it was murder, that's where it would be tried. You can only appeal that if there has been a legal error.
Okay.
So or fresh evidence comes to light down the road, if you'll forgive the expression. But over there, but it says denied, not dismissed. So I don't know what the basis would be to deny someone the avenue of an appeal. I don't know, but it's a fascinating documentary. It really is. Yeah. But again, I just had lots of questions at the end, but it was riveted throughout. And again, I agree with you. You can hear what appears to be breaking.
It's not breaking, but you hear the squeal and then the thing, and that's my entire basis is they went right to murder. Oh, they charged her with murder on this, and there was zero recognize it. Like I can't even think of the word right now, but there's zero credit to this being a 17-year-old girl that doesn't understand the physics of driving. Which that that isn't saying like I'm an expert driver, and any 17-year-old, they don't get it. You're doing 100 miles an hour. I could totally see that. I've experienced it. I've seen people do these things. They'll do it. Maybe they're not doing 100 miles an hour, but like I said to you last week, it's like she's just thinking when you get to the end of the road, you turn the wheel. And the car, people think that the car is on rails and it's just going to go. They don't understand that. And there was zero credit given for just the ignorance of how any of this was going to play out by a 17-year-old kid.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's just, I mean, you went to murder when it's literally like, I didn't mean for that to happen. It's like,
yeah, quite. Well, I don't know what the basis in terms of intent is required in the US. I mean, they said it was aggravated murder. Not sure how you could be more aggravated than killing someone, but aggravated murder, I think they call it, which is odd. Those different types of degrees of murder are beyond me. We don't have those in the UK. I mean, I can tell you now, she would not have been charged with murder in the UK. She would have been charged with causing death by dangerous driving. And then all you need is, were you driving? Yes. Was there a death? Yes. Was your standard of driving dangerous? Well, as soon as you've had drugs, you get behind the wheel, probably dangerous. Driving at that speed, dangerous. Done. She'd have pleaded guilty because she'd have had no choice. So that would have been, and then the punishment for that is a lot less severe than murder, but it's a lot easier for the prosecution to prove. So they would have gone with death by dangerous in the UK all day long. She would not have been charged with murder for that. I mean, I can say that again as confidently as I can say it with the experience that I've got. Just interesting. Sorry, someone new who I don't think we've heard from. So Gary Monteiro just says in the chat, there are 2 other documentaries about this on Hulu and HBO Max. Gary, can you tell me, buddy? Sorry, I wasn't aware of that. Do either of those involve an interview with anybody on the defense team? That I would be curious about, because I do honestly want to know more about them, but I suspect they're not being involved in it for the same reasons that I didn't want to be involved in that other case. So yeah, let me know, Gary, if you can. That would be really helpful if you've seen them. So yeah, but a hell of a documentary and a heck of a conversation starter. I mean, there's absolutely no doubt about that at all.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's like, I mentioned it. We were talking, the 3 of us the other night, and I said it to Jen. I was like, and Jen, she didn't know I had seen it. And I was like, yeah, I watched it. And she was like, and I presented, I'm like, I don't think she murdered. It's not murder. And Jen was like, I don't think I can even talk to you. And then by the time the 3 of us were done talking, she goes, oh, okay, I understand what you're saying. Like but she thought, she's like, because that's the other thing. A lot of people don't get the idea of like, she did it. I'm like, I know she did it. I'm not saying she wasn't in the car, but it's, you know what I mean? So it's like, it's just such so
no worries. Gary says you haven't watched the others yet. That's okay. You don't have to say sorry. That's fine, Gary. I get it. That's okay. I'm just curious, again, with the work that I do, I'm just fascinated to learn what the tactics were that were at play. Of course, it's still sub judice. The case essentially is still ongoing if they're looking at appeals. So of course it may be that the defense are like, we're not going to tip our hands yet anyway. Thank you for that, Gary. I appreciate the heads up about it. I mean, now, how old are you when you leave high school in the US? Is it 16, 15, 16?
No, like 18. When we graduate high school?
Yeah.
Yeah, 18.
So Jen
17, 18 years old.
Is a high school counselor. Yeah, is that right? High school?
Yeah, high school. She works in a high school.
So she's got a very interesting perspective in terms of these kids these days and kind of how they do what they do. She would also be very interesting to talk to about that, I'm sure. About kind of, are they respectfully dumb kids, or are they kind of actually, no, they're very savvy. They know what they're doing. They're, generally they're aware of these things that perhaps you and I wouldn't have been when we were their age, because they were operating in a different world. Again, social media being what it is.
Social media wise, but I don't think cars. That's because that's what we're dealing with here. Right? It's not her inability to deal with, because like one of her best friends is in the documentary, and they met by being social media quote influencers, right? So it's like the question isn't your ability to deal with social media. Like you shouldn't. I mean, obviously everything we do on social media now is something. It's going to follow you forever. Right. But this isn't like, you can't any more than you could say, like, something like you and I, right? Something happens to you and I out publicly, and it was like, say a social media influencer does something crazy and goes off, and you go, well, look at on online, he's a perfectly nice guy. Well, that's not evidence, but they did it in reverse to this girl.
Yeah, they did.
You know what I mean? It's like, you'd be like, but Your Honor, look at me online. I'm a sweetheart. It's like, I'm a nicest guy. It's like, and here's one. It didn't work for Bill Cosby. Right? It's like in reverse. It was like, hey, look at, I'm the nicest guy in the world. Ask anybody if they see me on TV. And it's like, this poor girl, they did it in reverse. They're like, look at, she's kind of a cocky, arrogant little son of a, and be like, yeah, she is. Okay. But it doesn't mean she meant to kill people.
No.
That's, the leap there is amazing to me.
Yeah. The evidence that they put forward during the sentencing phase was very distasteful. That again, you wouldn't do that in the UK in a million years. You would never get away with that.
Well, it's scary. I didn't think you could do that here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. I don't know what the rules are with sentencings there, but here the judge would be like, you want to do what? You want to show videos that says she's having a good time after this happened, and you want me to take that into account? Why? That would not happen in the UK, never. And I've been present for many murder case sentencings. There's absolutely no way that would happen, not in the UK. But yeah, interesting. I'm so glad you flagged it up. I really am, because it's provoked so many conversations this week with so many different people, not just legal professionals, but other people as well. So yeah, that was a very cool find. And actually a really interesting thing. And if you hadn't flagged that, I would have missed it, because it's not something I would normally see.
Well, I would have missed it if it, like, obviously I think Jen saw it after, but Larissa saw it first. And she asked me, she goes, you got to see this, take a watch and let me know, because she felt like she was missing something. Right. She's like, something's not right here. She was trying to make a judgment call. And then we found out Jen watched it as well. And that's when it was like, what the? And it was just crazy, because it's like everybody has like an opinion on it or whatever, but it's like, it just doesn't feel right, which is why I think it's a Netflix documentary too. It's just something wrong here. And when I say something's wrong here, I'm not saying like the girl, I'm saying there's something wrong in the presentation of this entire thing. Yeah. It's like,
which again, because you are, to use your words, Steve, a car painter. So you're an ordinary, reasonable person for the purposes of the law. So if you were on a jury, presumably you would acquit based on what you have seen. I mean, you haven't seen all of it, but based on what you've seen. So again, jury trial all day long.
Yeah. True.
But but there it is. It really interesting case. So thanks, Steve. And anyone, I mean, I know in the chat they're chatting about anything but this, but if you are interested in this kind of thing, and it is a conversation starter, then I do recommend it, as you did. It is a hell of a piece of work. And maybe one day we will get the proper defense side of it. And that will give us so many answers. So there we go. All right. Gary's still looking into it. Fair play, Gary. Good man. I appreciate that. Look, so he says
nice.
They look like true crime series, so likely one episode on it might not offer much more. No, fair enough. Okay. Well, again, thanks for flagging them up, Gary. I'll have a little look. Sorry. Yeah, come on, Paul.
Sorry. I am listening to you guys. We're just talking amongst ourselves over here in the chat. It's like, he didn't say all that. I'm inferring for the audio only people.
Yeah. Paul. Yeah. Listening to what? That'll test him.
Yeah.
Listen to the sound of it being scrubbed backwards. Well.
Yeah. All right.
There we go. But anyway, so
Steve and I had a little debate before we had like a few minutes before we got on, a few seconds before we got on for a show title. I'd say, like, because we're putting show titles towards the front now. Obviously, that wasn't the show title, The Crash, because that would be like the crash of the show. If we turn into a legal drama show. Actually, true crime has turned out to be a huge podcast. So I don't know. Maybe we should go in that direction.
I get enough of that in the day job.
I know.
I come here to get away from all that.
Yeah, I know. Sorry about bringing that up.
No. Honestly, it's been fun. And again, lots of conversations in the firm about it.
Feel free, Steve, if they ever make a documentary about fixing a bumper, ask away. Let me know.
I saw an advert this week on YouTube.
Uh-oh.
It was the ones that you talk about, the ones that really annoy you. And I saw it and I thought, oh, this is brilliant. It's literally like there's an advert. It was only one very quickly of a car, like a black car, right? And the front bumper is destroyed, right? I mean, like
Yeah.
someone's taken to it with a hammer.
Oh yeah.
And then like literally this guy goes, hey, he goes, you don't need to spend money on having your car painted. He goes, just use this. And he just like rubs on this shampoo, right? And then it's like literally 2 seconds later, it rubs it off and it's all completely gone.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like physically impossible.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's just like, so I saw that and thought of you.
Yeah. And see what used to offend me still does. I just don't watch it. I don't stay up and watch late night TV anymore. I mean, I don't even see commercials anymore, right? Because of the stuff, I get commercial free. So I'm like, but back when you used to watch it, I used to get so angry because it was like, it wasn't an insult to me. It wasn't that. What it was is at work, like people would see what I do and they'd be like, just do this. And they do that. Like, don't you have that stuff from the TV? No, that's not how it works. Well, I saw it on TV. Yeah, I saw Superman fly too, but I'm not jumping off the roof of your house. Like you can't. And people would actually get mad at me because I wouldn't fix it the way that they did on the TV. And they'd be like, just do your magic. I can't. It doesn't work that way.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, again, I get that in the legal field. You'll get someone, well, I saw an episode of LA Law, and in LA Law, they did that offer. Right.
Okay, so
right, fine.
What was his name on LA Law? The one that was it Benny?
Yeah.
So you were Benny of the LA Laws. Okay, good.
Yeah, man. So we all get that. Yeah, the classic. Well, I looked it up on Google and. Yeah. Nice. Okay. We'll get Google to defend you then. Let's see how far you get with that. Yep.
Yeah. So you don't need me. You have Grok. Go ahead.
Yes,
do that.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Oh man. But anyway, sorry. Right. So so show title. Yes.
So show title. I'll leave it up to you. We went back and forth. We know what our show title is going to be, but which would you like to start with?
Oh,
I know what you want.
Them both.
Huh?
Yeah. Well, let's go with your one, Deej. I know you've got queued up.
Are you sure?
Yeah, they're both cool. They're
both awesome.
They are.
They're both so much fun. Yeah. So
let's do.
All right. So here we go. I'll bring that up there.
Yeah, you're not going to guess this one, Dom. You were nearly there. You're not going to guess this one, buddy.
You want to let people guess? Here we go.
Yeah, man. Although we did trail this at the end of last week's show, didn't we?
That's true. That's why I felt like we should lead with it. And I got to tell you right now, I mean, I was not expecting this. No. And I think that's why I'm so excited about it. But it's like, this is multi-viewing. This is it's so much to this. We've teased it enough for the audio only people.
Yeah. So this is the Gore Verbinski directed Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die, which is apparently a video game term, I'm told. So there we go. Gore Verbinski movie, 2026, was it, or is it 2025?
2025. Yep.
2025, right, there we go. So it must have been right at the tail end of 2025 then. Finally dropped my versions 4K, UHD, Dolby Atmos on disc. You've got the Kaleidoscape version, Deej?
Yes, I do.
Okay, alrighty. So, good man. There it is. There we go. Oh, it's pretty much the same artwork. So, yeah, very cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so this, I mean, I don't know what it is about 2026 so far with these quirky action comedy kind of type movies. We've had They Will Kill You, Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die. We had Caught Stealing, these kind of quirky ensemble pieces. So far this year we've had ensemble. We've had 3 already straight off the top of the bat, and we're not even halfway through the year yet. So yeah, crazy. But
oh my god, I have to do a little interruption.
Go for it.
Because you said bat. This is my brain segue. Welcome to my world, everybody. We have a zoo around here called Southwick's Wild Animal Farm, and they have a cage. But it's all like you go up and you have to look in this little opening, and it says red bat in there. And you're like, oh, we're going to see a red bat. And it's like the first thing you see, like you enter the zoo and you go in there and there's literally a red baseball bat, like hanging. That's the joke, right? So Victoria, who's in first grade, has her first field trip ever. Of course, it's to the Southwick Zoo. And that morning, I'm like, I go, oh, you're going to see the red bat. And she's like, I'm going to see a red bat. I'm going to see a red bat. And that night, we're all sitting around with it. I'm like, so did you see the red bat? And she goes, yeah, I saw it. Actually, there were no red bats in there when I went up. I couldn't see anything because she's too little. So she didn't get up, but she never got the joke. She never got it. She never saw it. She put her head up and she thought she'd see one fly. So, but none of us told her that it's actually a bait. So she's listening to the show, but it was pretty funny. So sorry. See what happens in my mind when Steve says bat right off the bat. All right, back to good luck. Have fun. Don't die.
Don't die. Don't die. Yeah. So this, I mean, it's kind of hard to explain kind of what this is. It's you have basically Sam Rockwell. At the beginning, we're at a diner, which is a well-known diner in LA. It's a real place, isn't it? In LA.
Is it?
Yeah. It's a well-known.
Okay.
Some suggestion it was the one from Pulp Fiction, but I'm not sure of that.
I don't think
so. I think I read that somewhere. Yeah,
maybe because you're seeing it at night, so maybe. But it didn't look familiar to me at all.
Yeah,
or not from Pulp, and I know Pulp Fiction fairly well, so I'd be shocked if that was.
I read it somewhere, but I might have misunderstood. But it is a real place, and it's a well-known landmark in LA apparently. So we begin with a diner, and it's a packed diner. It's an evening service, lots going on, and then in walks Sam Rockwell, wearing a crazy sort of outfit, who says, I'm from the future, and I'm going to recruit some people here to save the world. And it's got to be the people in here, because if you don't do it, it's all over.
Yeah, any combination of these people, and he hasn't figured it out yet. That's what he tells you at the beginning, anyway.
Yeah. And there's this long opening scene. It's like a monologue, really, of Sam Rockwell walking around and talking to people, and it's fantastic. And it's such a good opening to the movie. And this goes on, and then they go off on their adventures. It's a twisty, turny tale. There is a lot of humor in it, a lot of good action. It's bananas in all the right ways, and it is an absolute hoot from beginning to end. There is some emotion in the middle, which I probably won't go near these. I think there is a little bit in the middle, which for me anyway, landed with a bit of a thud, and I thought, they're not going to do this, are they? They're not going to do that. And then luckily, relatively quickly, you realize they're not going to do that. I won't ruin what that is for those who haven't seen it, but rest assured, it is a romp.
Let's just say that when they get to that part, Steve didn't like it, but it's not that I like it, but I think it's necessary for the movie. And that's what I said to Steve. I was like, it plays it actually plays a role in the movie. And if they don't do that, one, we're not talking about that, obviously, but I don't think it makes the movie, it doesn't make the movie as poignant if you don't do that. And to me, and that was one of the hard things, like you and I texting about it, is like, to me, that literally is the point of art. A lot of times is to push the boundaries, to say, and I get what you're saying, Steve, 100%. It's like, that shouldn't be part of art. But in this case, and when you're talking movies and you're talking reality based, art based on reality, or reality based on art, whatever you want to call it, it's like, that's why I think it works here. And it's sad to say it works, but I think that's why it works. For anybody that has no idea what we're talking about, that's good. And when you get there, you'll be like,
you'll know. Yeah. Because when I saw it, the first time sort of I saw that, I thought it threatened to derail the movie. It was in such poor taste. Yeah. Because it comes out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And it was like, whoa, they're not. Not. And then, but having seen the movie of a piece, so having seen all of it and where it fits in, then it makes sense. But
by the end, you're like, I got you. I got you.
But it threatens to just derail it completely.
And I think that's the point, because you actually feel like, are they actually doing this? Are they like, it's like, for lack of a better, softening this? Are you serious? And then you see why. You're like, okay.
Yeah.
And
but I do wonder whether there would be some people in a theater that would have got up and walked out at that point.
Absolutely.
Gone beyond it. And at home as well, people go, no, there's no jokes there. No, done.
Right.
And again, I'd be lying if there wasn't a little part of me, only a small part of me, not that part, that was saying, it was thinking, do you know what, actually, they might have just lost me here. I don't think this is a topic for levity at all.
Right.
But the message is, isn't it? Stick with it. because
Yes.
you realize very quickly that there was a
Absolutely.
reason for this, and that and it is within that jigsaw. But anyway, yeah. So as a movie, I loved it. I thought it was fantastic, and it's one of those films you get to the end and you would immediately could just go right back to the beginning and watch it again.
Absolutely.
Because of how it's told. So I thoroughly enjoyed this. It is a shame. I think Don mentioned Jordan mentioned in the chat. So it cost $9 million to make, because Gore Verbinski has been, as I said last week, he's been in movie jail for a while after The Lone Ranger flopped, and then there was another movie he did recently, which was a flop as well. So he's been in movie jail. This one cost $9 million to make and made 20 million to make, and it made 9 worldwide. That's right. So he's going to be back in movie jail after this, if not already. But hopefully us talking about it will make people want to see it and maybe, get some of that cash back. Because it is a very inventive, very fun, thoroughly enjoyable movie, and it should be seen. It really should.
I would go easy on the inventive part, because I love that they don't shy away from the fact that they're literally like stealing from other movies.
They are. Well, they are.
It's like, you're going to watch this. It's like, that's why when you said inventive, I was like, all right, let's put a caveat on that, because anybody listening to us and goes, Steve thinks this is inventive. I saw this in, and then name that movie. And there's a bunch, right? And I think they actually quote them, if I remember right. There's different scenes, different lines. I felt like Sam Rockwell, there were parts where he was actually playing the same role he was in Iron Man. Like he was actually like, you know what I mean? Acting like he did the dance, and he's like, we're going to do and I know some of that is Sam Rockwell as well, but that personality of his, but there was just so much from this movie that I was like, I said it to you in the middle of it. Right. And I said, I'm like, this is just that. And you're going to I figured out some stuff, but you think you figured it out, but you really haven't. And it is like, again, like we were doing with The Crash, it's like, it is very much a discussion piece, right?
Yeah.
When we can talk spoilers and stuff, but it is very much a discussion piece. The state of things and how they deal with it's. Yeah,
it's a lot of fun though.
God, yeah.
Just so good. And Sam Rockwell's brilliant in it. I mean, I'd love to know how much of his dialogue is improvised and how much of it's in the script. Because that opening monologue, there are things he says in that surely are so off the cuff. They've got to be improv. I mean, and it was great. So film, loved it. And then we get the home theater experience. And I mean, it was exceptional.
I thought
both audio and video.
Yeah, I thought the picture. I will start with that. I thought the picture was there's a lot of special effects here, but yet, like you'd see in this image here that we have of like you see this image here of Sam Rockwell. It's like it doesn't look like there's going to be a lot of special effects. It looks like the little getup that he has on there. It's like maybe that's where they save some money. But I thought like the detail that you're seeing, and I don't know, was it practical effects? Was it like you saw the ending? You see the ending. It's like it just was the picture, the detail, the black levels, everything in this. You were just captivated the entire time. It's like his costume alone. You're trying to pick out like what he's got on, everything that's going on. It's. I was the entire movie. I'm just like looking all over the screen.
Oh yeah. Well, his costume. I mean, you can see from there. I mean, I was mesmerized by all the little bits of the wires and the little different little things that they've used. There's bubble wrap in there. There are little chips, little circuit boards, all this kind of stuff. And there's just crazy levels of detail in this. And again, the shadow details are awesome. And most of it, if not all of it, takes place at night. And it just the little details and the things that leap out of the shadows. It's fantastic looking. But again, the only thing I liked more than the video was the audio. This is, I mean, it's pretty much reference in as much as it never stops. You're in this bubble of noise and you got from the sort of the quiet to the loud and everything in between. You know, the opening stuff in the diner, you can hear all these conversations going on, the dinging of the bell as the pass is made.
Yeah.
Doesn't
he at one point, if I remember, like comment on something behind her? That's it. Like he says something, like he points over, and because you could hear it, and he's like, and it's again, it's, I don't want to spoil things, but it's like he knows what's going on. He's like, you over there, that's it.
Great. And when the guns start firing as well, you know, you get bass and punch. There's a big, enormous sequence towards the end with, you know, swirling, you know, things all moving around, and the whole room is alive. I mean, I think this is again, we talked about last week about, you know, a must buy, must see. I think that's what this is for anyone that is into kind of wacky kind of action, you know, comedy dramas. You know, this is a no-brainer. It really should be seen, even if you rent it. But I would say buy it, buy, because I think it's great. What would you say, Deej, in terms of that?
Yeah, absolutely. Like you said, the audio is so dynamic because you have, like you said, from his opening monologue, but none of it feels like none of the channels are quiet. They'll always have something going on around them, but then they'll ramp up to, you know, a chase scene or a gunfight, whatever, you know, whatever is going to happen. It's like, because you have flashbacks. That's where I think the picture comes into play there, because that's delineating, like, okay, now we're in a flashback. It looks different. The hue feels different. The lighting feels different. But the audio on that part is like, just like the scene you were talking about there, is like, because at first when you're watching it, you're not really sure exactly what's happening. Like you don't get, like, and again, it's so hard to talk about because it's so spoilery. You know, even talking about the opening scene too much, you don't want to give away too much, so that, like, when you're watching, I can't believe this isn't being talked about more than it is. And I think that's why I was so surprised by it. It's like, I mean, I was so entertained. It's just, but there's so many things to spoil.
But you don't want to do that because you have so much fun with it, because it's so quirky and it goes in these kind of unusual ways that to spoil it we saw it not knowing. I mean, I knew nothing about it. I hadn't seen the trailer. I knew absolutely nothing other than I rather like the title.
What brought I watched it because you did. What brought you to it?
Well, the title. And I think I'd read somewhere that it's
thought it was a horror
thing. Well, no, it just sounds so silly, doesn't it? And again, on the back of the couple of already kind of quirky ensemble movies we've had this year, you know, I'm looking for more because I enjoyed both of those. So when I saw this, it just thought, this has got to be something different. I mean, Gore Verbinski, I knew had directed it, and I mean, I love Rango. I mean, I like Pirates of the Caribbean 1 and 2, 3 not so much. And I personally really like the Lone Ranger, actually, although I appreciate the two leads have, you know, somewhat blotted their copybooks of late, but I actually really like the Lone Ranger. I would love a 4K version of that. And so so the director, Sam Rockwell, was always good. Great title. Sold, you know, when it was a blind buy, I hadn't seen it. So I thought it was great. I absolutely, and again, Zazie Beetz is in this as well. Of course, Leaky it there too. You know, They Will Kill You. So she's in this as well. It was such a great find. Really did enjoy it. And like I said, for me, a must buy, certainly a must see. For anyone that hasn't. Poor old Mike in the chat, Mike Piantadosi just says, he said, I had this in my hand yesterday and put it back on the shelf. Damn.
Yeah.
Mike, never mind. Rush back tomorrow.
I know why you did, Mike. Don't feel bad. Because I saw it come across on Kaleidoscape, and I was like, all right, what is this? I didn't know anything about it. It didn't strike me as anything. And then when Steve had seen it, I was like, I thought it was just another horror. And then I read the synopsis for it, and it was like, what is the synopsis? A chaotic man claiming to be a time traveler recruits an unlikely group to help him fight to save the future. And I was like, oh, all right, well, that sounds fun. And you had said it was fun, like, you got to see this. So I was like, all right. And it didn't even list. I don't think it even lists as a horror. It lists as on Kaleidoscape, it's adventure comedy drama. And I think the comedy is, I mean, there's comedy.
Oh yeah.
It is funny. You are entertained. You're laughing because it's like, and a lot of that is just like you said, like the Sam Rockwell, the delivery, the sarcasm, the like the things he says to all the other characters. You're just like, oh my god. He's like, yep, there you go. No, not again. It's like, I love that.
Yeah, you're useless. You don't know. You never even make it out of here alive. Yeah, just great.
So great.
Although my personal one, I think, just because I don't think it spoils too much. So why did I just kill Bob? That's great. He's so good. He's very funny.
Oh God.
Man. Yeah, it's great. It's so good. I mean, a really bizarre movie. Again, actually, Rango's probably quite a good companion piece to this, because Rango, obviously the animated Johnny Depp movie, where he's a chameleon, because that's a mixture of all these different types of movie all thrown together, and some of it sits better than others, and that's what this is. It's a hodgepodge of all these different movies kind of put together and all these ideas, but told in a really engaging way. Yeah, so very, very cool. So yeah, Mike, Lone Ranger with Johnny Depp, that's the one. I actually rather like that Lone Ranger. I might be the only one on the planet other than Jordan who said he liked it. Good man. Well done, Jordan.
Yeah.
I actually really did like the Lone Ranger. And again, I know it wasn't good to say it then, and it's really not good to say it now. Not with Armie Hammer and Johnny Depp and what's happened since. However, it was a really good movie. So yeah, I think this is definitely one of Verbinski's better ones. And again, I thought it was great. So I do need to see it again. And before the end of the year, I will definitely watch it again, because this will be in my top 10 somewhere, almost certainly.
Oh yeah.
In for experiences and everything else. So
yeah.
Mike says, by the way, as soon as the show's finished, right after the show, I think he's going to go get it. Good man, Mike. You go. Tell them we sent you.
Yeah.
Tell them we sent you for no % off.
Yeah.
They use the
careful,
code.
They might actually charge you more. I don't know.
True. That is true. Yeah. You get an extra 10% on with code Brightside. Brightside plus 10. Wouldn't that be funny?
Oh God.
Man,
that's how dedicated our listeners are. It's like I mention them all the time. I end up paying more, but what the heck?
Brilliant.
Get an extra 10%.
Yes, for a limited time only. Get an extra 10% on by using the code.
God, it's limited.
Plus 10. Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
It makes us different. We stand out at least.
I can't. Gosh. That's too funny. All right. Yeah. So no,
right.
It is a different. I mean, like you said about other movies, it's a different take on a bunch of other movies. I think it's a more, sadly, in a way, and maybe someday we could talk spoilers about it, but it's a more realistic take on other movies that I feel is like. Yeah, it's I can't. We got to stop because I'm just gonna start going. So
no,
all right,
we don't want to spoil it. We definitely don't want to do that.
Because don't want to do
just
that.
To say to people, see it.
Go see it. Good luck. Have fun. Don't die. That's it.
We sent you.
Yeah, tell we sent you. Oh, all right.
Right. Here we go.
All right, here we go. Now this is what Steve wanted to lead with. It's like not that it's any. I mean, I had an absolute blast with this. Kind of in the same vein. Like I didn't expect to enjoy it this much. I'll tell you why I enjoyed it so much when we get to it. But it's maybe not for the reasons you would think, and it was, home theater wise. I think it's going to be awesome. But all right, here we go. Oh, wrong one. Move. Add. There it is.
Here it is. This is the movie no one's talking about. Sorry, it's literally all that's all across X and Twitter this last weekend.
Yeah.
This is Masters of the Universe, not the 1988 one. I always thought it was 87, but I read earlier it's 88. This is the one that came out last weekend with Nicholas Galsatine, something like that.
Yeah.
Jared Leto and Idris Elba and others. All right, so Deej, before we get into this, tell me about your experience with the Masters of the Universe back in the 80s. Did you have the toys?
Yeah.
Did you
My brother did.
You were a bit old for these.
Yes, I was a little old. My brother, 4 years younger than me. So, but as you know, we never grow up. I actually heard a good take on that. Why boys don't age and grow up like 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 girls mature faster and stuff like that. And it's like we won't get into that here, but yeah. So yeah, my brother's 4 years younger than me, and it's like, so imagine you're like 14 years old or whatever, and your brother's 10, and you're a 14-year-old, and all these G.I. Joe trucks and stuff come out, or the Masters of the Universe dolls, and Cringer, and you can put and all that stuff, and you're like, I'm too old for that. Nobody's gonna give me that for my birthday or Christmas. Oh, okay, but he gets it. All right, cool. I love the cartoons. Drew, like if John was here, that's what we would be part of what we would be talking about right now is like we used to draw all of this stuff. The hulking characters, the muscles, everything. It was easier to draw, right? It's like that's like you go to art school and you do figure drawing. They put up the biggest overweight men and women naked for you to draw. It's like anybody can draw a muscle-bound, Arnold Schwarzenegger because all the lines are defined. It's easy, right? Try to draw like literally the human version of Jabba the Hutt. It's hard. I'm not kidding you. I was like, oh my God. I was a freshman. I might have been in 8th grade, my first figure drawing class at RISD. And I was on Saturdays. I got to take classes, and I'm like, what the heck is going to happen here? I walk in, and the woman comes in and takes off her robe. And I was like, like, whoa. It's like, all right. Didn't know that
need a bigger piece of paper.
Yeah, you're going to need a bigger piece of paper.
You know how it's in portrait mode. Can I have it in landscape?
It was awful. I was like, I'm looking around the room. Am I the only one? Are there vomit bags? Do we have vomit bags? But anyways, yes, Masters of the Universe. Back to that. It was. I mean, I watched the show all the time. I can't say it's like I knew the lore. I knew this. It was just a daily show. It's like, they do their adventures. I know the basis of it. And for this movie, if you're that person, if you knew this, they nailed it with this movie. You question things. You're like, what are they talking about? This isn't like, they nailed it. By the end of the movie, you're like, oh my God, I can't believe they did it that well. This is the only way this movie could be done. Because when you were a kid, and that's the other part about this movie, when you were a kid, there were things in here that I found out about in art school later about Disney and all the animators and the stuff they're doing and hiding in the background, the adult themes, the adult things that are going on. And that He-Man was a huge part of that. And it was like, no pun intended. And all of that's going on, and they included that in this movie. Like you could take a little kid to see this movie and there's going to be grown adults going, oh my God, they said that, or they did that, but little kids wouldn't even know. And it was so good. It's like, it's the Skeletor holding them. It's a powerful big sword. Oh God. But yeah, I grew up with it. I had a blast with it growing up. And yeah, and for me, this movie nailed it. How about you? Did you?
Well, yeah. Well, bear in mind, I'm 5 years younger than you, aren't I?
Yeah, you're like my brother's age. Yeah.
So I was absolutely the target audience for the toys and the cartoon, and I had all of them. Yeah. And I can remember, Castle Grayskull, Snake Mountain, all the different things. And funnily enough, we won't go too much into family dirty laundry, but there was an event in the family that was due to happen, a wedding, which didn't take place. But as the wedding, it was not my mom and dad. They were married when I was born. But there was supposed to have been a wedding in the family, and as part of that, I was supposed to be a page boy. And as a reward for doing that, they were going to buy me this big Masters of the Universe ship. It's the Eagle ship that you see them flying around in. And the wedding didn't take place. Again, family dirty laundry, won't go into that. But this thing had already been bought, so I got it anyway. All right, so it's very cool. So anyway, so as soon as I saw that, I had a flashback to that. I had all the toys. I can vividly recall having some pocket money, my allowance, you guys would call it, in my sweaty mitts. you know, walking through a shopping precinct. There was an old store that used to sell sweets, a candy store, you know, you guys would say, and it was just sweets and candy and that kind of thing. But they also, for some bizarre reason, they also sold Masters of the Universe figures, and it was the only toys they sold. And I can vividly recall going up through the shopping precinct to this store, going in and then buying a figure a week, or, you know, every couple of weeks, whatever it was. And I loved the toys, absolutely loved them. And, you know, some of my, you know, happiest memories when I played with toys was with the Masters of the Universe figure. So it's very cool. Loved the cartoon. Didn't think much of the 1988 movie. I remember thinking, yeah, it was all right, but very, very cheesy.
Yeah.
It was just about okay. But I've never owned it. I've seen it a number of times. And funny enough, I'm about 3/4 of the way through it now. It's on Amazon Prime, so I've been watching it on the glasses, and it's still pretty poor. But it's just, you know, it is what it is. So I came to this. I'd seen the reviews, which were, you know, it's pretty good. And I went in with as open a mind as I could. I snuck in while I was on call on Saturday. So it was a quiet day. I thought, well, I'll just give it a go. Every seat apart from 2 was sold out. But one of them, which is the one I got, was halfway up in the middle, perfect seat. So I was like, this is great. Lux chairs. It was the Epic screen, not IMAX, because the local one's not showing it. And on it came. And it was the same theater I saw Project Hail Mary in. And I loved it. I loved it. I mean, it was the cartoon brought to life. It was the toys brought to life. You know, even the changes they've made work. The way it all just flows beautifully. I had a great time with it. My only criticism after the first viewing is there are a couple of times, again, spoiler free, towards the end, where I thought it was going to do Mission Impossible. I thought they were going to do, and I was talking to someone about this earlier today, I thought they were about to bring in the He-Man music from the cartoon, and they had a couple of perfect moments to do what they did at the end of Mission Impossible, where, you know, where he gets blown onto the train and the music goes, you know, da, 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 and then it goes dun 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 dun. It's such a cool bit. And I thought there were a couple of moments in this which I would have loved that music to have kicked in, you know, He-Man, and it really would have been great. And they don't do that, and that was the only thing I was a little bit disappointed. I thought, here we go, they're going to do it, they're going to do it, they're going to do it, and they didn't. So that was a shame. However, people cheered when you first get the I have the power, you know, by the power of Grayskull, I have the power. People cheered, and in the UK theater, that's unusual, and people did. And what was the other thing where someone cheered as well? Oh, when a certain cameo takes place as well, people cheered.
Yeah,
which again, is unusual in a UK theater. It happens all the time in the US, but over here, we're far too reserved for all that, Teach. And yet people did, and so that was cool as well, and shows that people were really swept along with it. Yeah, I thought it was great. The end credit scenes are fun. You know, you haven't. I didn't see those. Yeah, okay. So I won't spoil
them. I might have seen one of them. I might have. We'll talk afterwards, but
yeah, well, you get 2 major characters introduced in each one of the first sort of 3.
Oh, okay.
And
so I saw really the first one. Then I did see the first one. That's similar to they were true to the show.
Yeah. Okay. Well, the second one introduces for the first time on camera, you know, someone massive pointing towards a sequel. And so all that was great. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and this is going to be absolutely fantastic at home. I mean, the only thing, there's lots of talk about Thor Ragnarok in terms of the look of it and that kind of thing. Now, but I actually think this is going to be more colorful by far. I mean, this seemed to have colors out of the, out just like we've never seen on a commercial.
I did see this at the IMAX theater that I told you, but I saw it in Providence at the IMAX theater, and it was gorgeous. It was, and I was the same thing, halfway up, and it was fun watching the battles and stuff, because you had to do that, like back and forth. You had to move your whole head to watch this. And it was, it's the picture is going to be, I think it's going to be stunning. I think this is up there for, it's going to be in the top 10. In my opinion.
Oh yeah.
We'll get to the audio in a minute, but I think just the picture alone is like, if they like I was saying last week about Speed Racer and stuff, if they are true to what I saw in the theater, which I imagine is going to feel more vibrant, it's going to feel like your black levels are going to be deeper, your colors are going to be brighter. We have that more intimate. Yes, granted, I'm not sitting there. I mean, I'd have to have, like, even when my theater's done, I have a 150-inch screen. I'd have to be sitting like 5 feet away to feel like what I had at the IMAX theater. And I don't want to do that. But it's like, even here, it's going to be amazing when this comes out at home. I hope we get it soon. But I want this to do well because I do want a second one.
Yeah,
So
me too.
It's but yeah, the picture on this, it's like the characters that live action it's like there's so much CGI, but I mean, a lot of the characters are CGI. It's like almost like, what is it, half and half, or is it like 75-25, 75 CGI, 25 real? It's like, so it just, I mean, I can't wait for that part, but what do you think? The audio, like you said it to me before I saw it, but go ahead. And it's like,
the audio was great. I mean, now again, I saw it in this epic screen, so it's Atmos, but it's not IMAX. I mean, the View Cinemas, which is the local one, again, where we showed pictures of it for Project Hail Mary. But the Atmos is very, very good in it. And I mean, all the way through, the floor is vibrating. Again, when you get by the power of Grayskull, I have the power, and you get the thunder and the lightning all above and everything comes down. I mean, it's great. I mean, this should be reference home theater when it hits. It really should. My only slight reservation is whether they're going to, Amazon they're gonna milk this. This is an Amazon movie because they own MGM. MGM have the rights. They're going to milk this for all they're worth. So I'm only concerned that we might only get it on Amazon for months and months and months.
Well, we got Project Hail Mary.
Quite true. Quick. You guys will get it on Kaleidoscape, but it's whether we get a physical release. And I mean, Project Hail Mary is not out here till I think August. Is it? I think on
we said it's like the first week of August.
So,
but that's also because of its popularity.
Yeah.
But that was supposed. The digital release got delayed on that because it was so popular. I want this. I don't think this is going to be as popular as, Project Hail Mary.
No.
So we'll probably get it right around the same time, physical.
Well, we might. Well, quite. I mean, it has famously not done very well in its opening weekend, but Amazon have come out today. Their head of project development or whatever, as it said, we don't judge the metric of the opening weekend like everybody else does because that's not our business model. Essentially, we are looking at way wider than the opening weekend. This is the
word of mouth,
jumping off point. This is the notoriety. Everything else after this is what we're really looking at. So that was an interesting comment. So maybe we will. But what I would say is that if this is one of those where you've got to buy it, I'll buy it straight away as soon as it hits digital, because I need to see this again and I want to see it again in the cinema room. Because I think this will be eye searing. This should be eye reactive color like you've never seen. I mean, funny enough, we won't talk about it this week. We'll do it next week. But I watched Goat this week. The animated movie.
I saw it in theaters.
Yeah, you did, and you had the Kaleidoscape one. I think you reviewed it on Kaleidoscape, didn't you?
I haven't watched it yet. I was going to watch it with you, but I haven't seen it yet. So we'll do it.
Well, the colors on that are banana, ridiculously bright, and I'm hoping this is going to best that, if not be at least as good as. Because it should look absolutely phenomenal, and some of the stuff towards the end will just be incredible. So I absolutely can't wait, and I thoroughly enjoyed this. Everybody should go see it. We want a sequel. And if not, then be sure to get it at home and give Amazon what they want, and then we'll get another one.
Well, like you had said before, the bass in this, see this if you could see this in theaters, you have a good theater with good, subwoofers, good bass response. Definitely check that out. But I can't wait to see this at home because that IMAX with that bass response that I had there, you got a battle scene at the end. That the bass is it's stunning. It's just and it felt like localized, like explosions over here, bangs over here, shoves, pushes, things that, the characters coming together, crashing together. It's just there was just so much going on that the base response was so good that I can't wait to get that at home. Can't wait.
Yeah. Well, Jordan just says in the chat, he said, sorry, Masters of the Universe has a physical home release confirmed, even going to be a 4K steelbook along with the standard 4K. Yeah, but Jordan, when?
Yeah, exactly.
That's your thing. I mean, if they're going to do it as an Amazon exclusive first, make you pay for that for 6 months and then release it. That is entirely possible. And that may well be what Amazon are getting at today when they say the opening weekend is just the beginning. That's the first salvo. Yeah. Everything comes after that. Because Amazon like money, it turns out. And here's me saying, I'll buy the digital version. If that's what I've got to get first, then I'll do that. Yeah. So I'm the person they're aiming this at. I'd have to, because I really do want to see it again and again and again. Yeah. And a special word for Jared Leto as well, who can be problematic. He's really good as Skeletor in this. You wouldn't recognize it's him in terms of even the voice, but he's really, really good in it. Very fun.
Obviously, you don't see him, but it's all voice acting. But maybe it's his biceps. I don't know.
Because I'm a villain. I love that.
Yeah,
it's just so good, so good. He is very cool. Very, very pantomime-y, but very cool.
I thought, but I thought the writing for this, I thought was so well done, so creative for a movie like this. Like, how can they make this movie? And then, even like you said, like you go back to the 88, what was it, 88? And it's like, you're like, that movie, I felt like they were just trying to make a live action version of the cartoon.
Yeah.
This one is literally a play on of almost like us, of the people like that watched it. It's like this movie was made for the people that watched this, cartoon. And it's, because that's how it was written. It was like they made the characters act the way that we were acting back then, and things like I loved the end. Like, I'll tell you later, but I loved the ending, and it's like, you're like, what? Because all the way through, I was like, I thought I remembered that beat. No, maybe not. And then they wrapped it up at the end, and you were like, oh, okay, I was right. I remember that part. And it's like, I'll tell you afterwards. I don't want to spoil it for people, but it was just a very interesting take. It's not what you would expect, and highly, highly entertaining, as a movie itself too.
It is. I mean, I'd be curious to know what people that haven't seen anything to do with it, kids what they thought of it, whether they're just like, what the hell, or whether actually they're like, no, it works from a modern sensibility. I was due to go and see it with someone younger who was like, there's no way, Wild Horses are not going to drag me to see that. And it's like, oh, right, okay, fair enough.
Wow.
I think it's how it plays with a younger audience, I don't know. Let me ask you this question then, Deej. I do have a question for you now.
Oh, okay.
Now, this will be, again, this is the age difference then makes an impact. So it'll be interesting to see. Okay, so what 80s cartoon would you like to see next made in live action?
Star Blazers.
By the way, so which one?
Star Blazers.
Ooh, what's that? I've not heard of that one. What's that one?
It was actually called something else. If people hear it, people can answer me in the chat before I can Google it or whatever. It's actually, it is let's see, Star. That was my absolute favorite animated series. It was, and I have it on there it is. It's Star Blazers, Space Battleship Yamato. It's on like I'm looking at it right now on IMDb. Here, I'll pull it up.
Okay.
Let me see if I'll grab the image and put it on the screen over here. But oops, that wasn't it. That's not it. Hang on.
I've just brought it up here. It's literally like a ship in space.
Yep. And it was
never seen that.
So what happens is it's like they take in let's see, save this. So what happens is on Earth, like Earth is going to die, and it's being destroyed. It's being destroyed, and they get a message from another planet on a way, like an engine that'll revitalize the planet. So they have to travel like, hundreds of light years away and do it. But then there's the Gavilan. I think it's the Gavilons. They're the enemy, and they're battling them the whole way. But they convert this actual battleship into a spaceship, and they travel. But it's like it was episodic. So every episode, I couldn't wait to come home from school, watch it. And it's like the whatchamacallit, they had fighter planes would come out, fighter jets, would come out from underneath the battleship and battle, the lasers going off, all the guns on the front of the ship. They were all like, that we said they were wave motion gun was the big piece at the front. John would know what it was, but I mean, I wonder if anybody, it's like, I love that. And then you get into like Guy King and all of that, Grandizer. Yeah, Magilla Gorilla.
Mike Piazza, Magilla Gorilla. Yeah. Okay. Now, Stephen Knight, who directed this, was asked in an interview about what is it, if you could, what would be your next thing? What would you want to do? And he said, without hesitation, Thundercats. Yeah. Now, I would absolutely love that. I mean, that could be done in an amazing way, as long as they don't do it like the movie Cats.
Yeah.
Which is terrible. But Thundercats would be awesome.
Yeah. And there's the image of the ship. That's what the ship looked like.
Cool. Okay. Yeah.
And then those are the characters I remember. Like that first character you see at the bottom on the left. That's one of the I think they're called Gavilons. That's the enemy. Captain, I think his name was Captain Avatar. He was the captain. And that was Star. I forget his name. The two in the middle. Huh?
Star-Lord?
No, it was I forget. But I think maybe Aurora was her name, something like that. But it was all like he was the kid in the middle there. He was like he was the best fighter pilot and stuff. It was really, really good. Yeah. I watched it as an adult too. I have it on, I think I bought it on Amazon or Apple iTunes.
I don't think that ever came over here. I mean, I'll be corrected if I'm wrong. I've never even heard of that. Never seen it. Yeah. All right. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
But for me, Thundercats.
Thundercats for you? Is that what?
Jordan, same as the director said, but also,
Thundercats were awesome. Thundercats.
That's what I got into after He-Man. Actually, it literally followed after that, and they were very cool. And I think that could be a hell of a show.
What was it? We called it Battle of the Planets over here.
Yeah, we had that. Yeah, we had that. Yeah, they looked like hawks, like bird sort of outfit. Yeah, Battle of the Planets was great.
Oh, I love that. I love that. That's another one. That to me was like another one that was like Star Blazers. Like me and my brothers and sisters, like my mother would come down and like the playroom would be a mess. And there were four of us. And they were like, get this room clean. She'd flip out. And we would get in a circle and do the whirlwind pyramid to clean up the room. And that was for Battle of the Planets. Yeah.
Oh, that was great. We like that. No one in here, no one English in here that's young enough to or old enough to say D'Artagnan and the Muskehounds. But never mind, that's fine. That's okay. Don't worry.
D'Artagnan, from the Three Musketeers.
Did you get that one? Did you get that? D'Artagnan and the Muskehounds?
No. We never saw. I know who D'Artagnan is.
Dom's just gone. Dom would know. He's just gone. He would have known. But yeah, it was a very memorable kind of opening kind of tune. Yeah, it's like one for all and all for one. And
there's so many. There's so many. But like you have like the iconic ones: G.I. Joe, Masters of the Universe, Transformers. But then like you get into, like you said, it's like that. Yeah, D'Artagnan. Yeah,
that's what it was. They were all dogs.
Dogs. Yeah.
Cardinal Richelieu was a Doberman. And Artemis and Aramis and that were all dogs. Yeah. So it was D'Artagnan and the Muskehounds. Yeah, it was great. So good. Yeah. Man. Memories. But yeah, Thundercats for me. I would love. I can imagine that being, because visually that would be very unique. There would be nothing else out there like that. I think that could be done really well.
Thundercats. Yeah. Thundercats could be like they did this one. Really? Like they did Masters of the Universe. Yeah. But you got to have fun with it. And that's what I think they really did.
Yeah, because it's inherently silly, isn't it? Yeah. You have to have fun because you can't take it too seriously.
Right. Oh, yeah. But that's what I think really leads in with, like, they really leaned into that with Masters of the Universe, because there was so much talk. As I got older, you hear about other things. There's other aspects of this that people were saying at the time, but we didn't, when you're younger, you don't know. And they put all of that in it. They had just so much fun with this movie that it was like, I can't even imagine the pitch. Like when they were pitching this movie, we're going to do Master of the, oh, here we go again. Another Master of the, we're going to try to reboot that. No. We're going to do it this way.
Yeah. Well, they'd have been trying for a long time. There were multiple different versions of this. There was McG was attached to direct. Brett Ratner was attached to direct at one point. There were multiple directors, multiple different versions of this over the years. They've been trying to get this made for decades. And it's only now the planets have aligned where literally everyone, was able to go with it. So yeah, I mean, I hope it won't just be one and done. I really hope, and Amazon clearly don't want it to be. But then there's only so much money they're going to be able to spend on this to make it viable. But I really do hope it finds its audience. Because it's really good. So yeah, fair play.
Yeah. Alrighty.
Ooh, I see the next one.
Oh yeah. Well, you said you're dying to get to that one.
Oh yeah. Literally.
I have one. Do I want?
Do you want to do one of yours, Deej? Because it kind of feels like I've done all of mine tonight. I feel a bit bad.
No, they're ones I've seen too. We've only done stuff we've both seen. So, and I know you're really excited for this one. Mine are like, they're not as big. I don't have it. You're dying to get to this one. Mine are out there. There's like, I mean, I could do some other stuff, but I have plenty. But
okay, well, do you want to do one of yours?
No. Let's get, because I mean, we're getting there, and I know you're dying to talk about this one. So,
okay, go on then. Let's do this.
All right,
Shane, if you're listening, pin back your ears.
Let's go.
Okay, then. Now you will not be able to tell from that picture because there's no title on it. Again, moving menus, peeps. This is When Evil Lurks, which is a weird title. All right, so When Evil Lurks, which is an Argentine horror movie from 2023. I want to say might be 2024. Let me get that right. I'll feel bad if I get it wrong. Right, let me just have a look. So When Evil Lurks. Thanks, IMDb. Oh yeah, let me just double check. I should know because 2023. There we go. I was right. Excellent. Okay, good. So an Argentine horror movie, which I had not heard of up until about a week and a bit ago, and it kind of came into my orbit via accident. Because I was looking, literally, I was on the HMV website trying to buy this 3 for £50 thing, and I had seen a couple of movies on there that I thought looked all right. And as I was going through page after page after page after page of these ones, there was the image from this, which and on the cover, which I showed last week, is a girl holding the lead of a Rottweiler. And it's just a red cover, and it just says Where Evil Lurks. And I thought, well, that's interesting. So I typed it into IMDb, and sure enough, it's got a really good rating, and it just looked right. Okay, we'll give it a go. So I bought that as one of these three, and gave it a watch. So it's Argentine. It's in Spanish. It's in heavily accented Argentine Spanish, so I can understand most of it with subtitles. But unfortunately, I did put those on just to be sure. And the story is unusual. So it's, with most of these movies, this is a sort of possession type movie. Okay, so like Evil Dead ad infinitum, like many other horror films. But what's interesting about this one is that normally with most of these movies where you have possession, each movie has its own rules. And what tends to happen is the characters in the movie learn the rules as the film goes on, and then you as the audience learn the rules with them. And so it means that a lot of time is taken up with these rules being learnt, and figuring out what it is. Now, what's different with this is this movie begins where all the characters know the rules. They know what it is. They know what the rules are. And we find out as it goes along as they're sticking to them or not. And I find that interesting. So story is rural Argentina. There is a farmers in the middle of nowhere, as I say, and they are aware within their community there is what they call the rotten. And the rotten is a person. And we quickly come to discover, sorry about the dry throat. We quickly come to discover that they, this thing is possessed. and the possession can be passed on in certain ways. So it's kind of just really dry throat.
Yeah. So exciting.
It's been possessed. Oh man.
Yeah.
And the possession can be passed on through various ways, and they know, and they tell us as the movie goes on. And what happens then is you then find this absolutely balls to the wall, blood, guts, and gore movie where this thing is just moving from one person and one thing, I choose that word carefully, to another. Yeah. And as that happens, people are then getting offed in various very graphic and very brutal ways. And I was absolutely mesmerized by it. It's incredibly graphic. And just so I make sure I put you off it, Deej, okay? Because you really do not want to see this.
It's funny you say that, because it's not the graphic that I don't like.
Yeah, well, this is
you
what
know
I'm about
me.
to tell you.
I don't mind that. It's graphic movies to me. It's like I find that entertaining. It's like we've seen a lot of very entertaining movies that are very graphic, and it's I like that. I mean, look at SISU. It's like,
yes,
it's like that was graphic. You're looking at. I watched one today. We'll talk about at the end that I thought was super graphic, and it's literally known for that. That's its history. It's like I don't mind the graphic. To me, it's these movies like you said, like Possession and stuff like that. It's like I think where I get lost in a lot of these things is the rules of possession. Right. Like Evil Dead Rise. I was like, I don't get the rule. I don't know. I don't even understand what this is. So it's not that I find that entertaining. I find it, the artistic choices they use to do that, which we actually have in the chat. Jordan saying in the chat, he's like, fun fact about this film, despite being given permission from the parents of the child actors, certain labor laws meant that fake blood couldn't be used on the child actors. All of that stuff, that's my wheelhouse. That's the artistic part. Like, how do we make this stuff look real? How do you make it look like it's so real when you know it's not?
We'll say the beauty of these, the rules are kind of are clearly set very early on, and you kind of then see how they develop. But what will put you off this stage is that even Terrifier 1, 2, and 3 in particular, there are certain places even they won't go. It's rare that a movie will deal with the death of animals. Rare that movies will deal with the death of children. Even rarer still that the movies will show the deaths of those things. So talking about children being killed on camera, animals being killed on camera, and all this kind of stuff. That's the sort of thing Hollywood doesn't touch. And as I said, even Terrifier 3 has children being killed, but you never see that happen on screen ever.
Right.
This movie does, and quite happily goes along with that and doesn't shy away from it and shows you it. And it's extremely tough to see.
Yeah.
And this is why you're definitely not going to want to see this, Deej. I'm telling you now. All right. You do not need to apply. But it was an incredible film, and it really does. If you're into this kind of thing, and I am, and if people listening are, and again, forgive the coughing, then you definitely should seek this out. It is well worth seeing. Now, it's a second sight release in the UK. Now, I didn't know that
Kaleidoscope.
I just literally kind of, it was a blind buy, but it is a second sight release. Now, what that means
blind buy, second sight release. I mean, could you get any more?
Well,
where's Blind Guy? Where's Blind Guy?
But it's an absolutely fantastic looking movie, and there are a few shots with sunrises and sunsets with the HDR. Just again, you feel the warmth of the sun. Yeah. So it's extremely detailed. Lots of it takes place at night. The detail levels are off the charts. The shadow detail is great, even when it's perhaps to its detriment. Because some of the stuff you just wish you didn't see.
Yeah.
But the image quality is phenomenal. And bear in mind, it was such a low budget movie. It looks fantastic. It really does. And the audio is DTS HD Master Audio 5.1 upmixed to Neural X, and again sounds very good even when you don't want it to. I had an absolute blast with this. This is an incredibly it's a must-see movie for people that are into this kind of thing. If you like Evil Dead, You know, Rise in particular, Evil Dead 2014. You know, those kinds of movies. There's no comedy in this. None.
Yeah.
None of this is played for laughs. This is done right down the middle. And again is designed to push the envelope of what you can see. But if that sounds like something you're interested in, then this needs to be seen. There are those of us that will absolutely, you know, love this, as I did. But I also know it's definitely not for everybody, and you know there will be those that will hate it because of what it shows. But I thought it was fantastic. I really did.
All right. I'm like, that's
Yeah, it's not for you, Deej. Don't do it, Deej. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Oh God, no! Don't worry about that. Yeah, you don't have to. You don't have to convince me. We haven't. It's not like I'm kind of intrigued. I really am. I'm like, I wonder why I shouldn't see it. Like, I'm wondering, like, because I think people have different. I think you have or people have a misunderstanding on what I don't like about horror. And it's more of, like you said, the possession part of it. It's more how it's unrealistic. Right? It's like
but you don't like animals and stuff, do you? You don't like that being kind of done. You don't like, you know, any killing of animals or anything like that.
I just saw I'm watching Dutton Ranch, spinoff from Yellowstone.
Yeah.
And for anybody watching that, it's, you know, I think episode 3 or something like that, but they have something go wrong and they have to kill some animals in a very, like, obviously it's all off camera, but it's a very graphic way of doing it. This is graphic for television, and they actually went in a place I didn't think they would go. And it was like, you were like, no way. I'll tell you off air. I know you're not watching. I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but they did something that I was like, are you kidding me? I didn't think that they would go there. And I thought it was great. It was entertaining. It's like, and when I say entertaining, it's not like you're like, yeah, you were like, I mean, entertainment to me is something that anything that makes your emotions move. And this was just like, like right in the gut. So it's, yes, it's like, it's not that I don't like it. It's that I just choose, like, look, it's like, if you're going to pull at my heartstrings, if you're going to do that, it's like, I got better stuff to, you know, I'm like, I got a better ways of being entertained. It's tough. It's tough, but it's not just animals. It's people, it's family stuff. It's like,
you get all of that in this. You get all of that. And again, you say they didn't show it on camera. This does show the death of a number of animals on camera. Yeah. I mean, they're not, obviously it's CG, but it is done in camera, done right there. Yeah. It does not cut away.
Oh, they're opening a Punisher, the latest Punisher.
Yeah.
Remember?
Well,
and that's off camera.
So this would have just showed
the same idea. It's like and if had they shown that, it's not like I'd be like, oh my God, I wouldn't be offended. It's like you showing it or not showing it, I have the same reaction. Yeah. You know, you know what's going to happen. Just like the dog at the beginning of John Wick. It's like they pretty much showed you quite a bit. It's like they did off camera, but they showed you him. I think he was like still like, or tried to crawl to. It's like, you're brutal. It's awful, but that's the point. That's the point. It gets that emotion out of you, and anything John Wick does after that, you're like, go get him, damn it.
Yeah. Well, it's that. That's interesting, isn't it? I think we talked about that at the time. It's like I Spit on Your Grave. It's like Last House on the Left. It's the depravity of the action that they do gives you permission to then enjoy what happens
the rest of the movie. Right. It's like
this is exactly it. Yeah. Yeah. But so in this they show it. I mean, Jordan just says in the chat, says only comedy in the film. It gives an awesome idea for a popcorn bucket. There is a moment in this film where someone is walking along with a body, scooping the brains out and eating it as they're walking, and that would make a hell of a popcorn bucket. But there we go. That's what Jordan's getting at. And I mean, he says there that the scene involving the dog is scary because it's a realistic situation. It's happened in real life, which it has. Yeah. But I thought it was a phenomenal film, especially for a blind buy that came out of nowhere. It's properly difficult to see, but in all the best ways if you happen to like this kind of thing. And the Spanish stuff's just a bonus for me. Very good and highly recommended as long as you're into this kind of thing. Otherwise, steer clear, people.
Steer clear. All right. You don't have to tell me twice. So
oh man, sorry about the coffee, guys. Goodness gracious.
Oh, that's all right.
That's all right. I think my throat's just drying out.
we get the let's see. What did I do? What can I do? Maybe do a quick one.
Yeah, go for it, man. Yeah, I feel like I've done loads tonight. I feel bad. So
all right, well, we'll end with that one. I'm gonna end with a preview for next week for that one. But just for fun, let's do this. Everybody knows this one. This one here. Do you see it?
I do.
Yeah.
Yes. Welcome to the Rock.
Oh, geez, there you go. So, all right, let me.
No, that could have been anything. That could have been anything. That, get it ready to rock.
It couldn't have. That could have been. All right, so we're talking. Surprise! We're talking about the Rock.
Yeah.
This needs. I mean, everybody's been talking about it. Does anybody know is there any rumor of a 4K release?
No, I haven't heard one. I wish there was. Jordan will know if there is. Day one buy if they did. Same with Armageddon if they did one of those as well.
Yeah, that I've heard. I've heard rumors of that. I heard this year soon. Yeah. I've heard. But this is. It's like I'd forgotten. I bought this a while ago on Kaleidoscape, and I just been putting it off because it is an HD. But there was stuff in this that, I mean, obviously the audio in it, if they redo this, if this gets an Atmos track, I mean, this has a potential. Like, I mean, we were blown away by Twister. If they do the same thing with this that they did with Twister, I think there's more to it. There's way more to it.
Yeah. Scene in the shower rooms with them up above them, screaming down and stuff would be amazing in Atmos.
But but the music, the way the music moves, the way that like everything, it's the whole thing. It's like that chase scene at the beginning, and it's a. But what I found fascinating, obviously, I don't want to say the audio goes without saying because there is so much. It's great bass in this. I thought there was great bass in this. It could be improved for sure, but I felt like it that was a blast. But what I found fascinating for a movie this old and still in HD is the detail that you could see. That when the 4K comes out, it's like you're getting rid of the like snow, or you know what I mean, the grain. It's actually grain, but it's like when we get this in 4K, it's going to get the picture's going to get cleaned up. But like Ed Harris, and that was the other thing. Ed Harris is in Dutton Ranch, and he's I mean, there's a lot of detail in his face now. It's like he's 30 years older.
It's craggy.
Yeah, but it's like, but even this, it's like in the detail in Sean Connery's face early on when he's still got the, he's got the hair on in early, but it's like you're looking through like almost like a dirty window, but all that detail is there. It is all there, and it looks so good. It's like, and I'm watching it, and I was like, oh my God, this is going to be amazing in 4K. And like the opening scene with the just like it's dark, right? Very dark, it's like all the detail that we're going to get in that. It's like watching this in HD right now is just so much fun for what we're potentially going to get. And I don't know how they don't come out with this in 4K someday soon.
I mean, it's a touchstone release, isn't it? Some of them have been kind of are being done up, so hopefully they will do it. But I'd love it. I mean, the green of the string of pearls thing as well would just glow in HDR. It'd be great. And of course the scene with the flames as he's rolling through the flames would just be awesome in Atmos. So good.
There were bass sweeps, really nice bass sweeps, but there were the explosions, to your point. There were details in the explosions, colors that, and again, this is in HD. It's like how much better this is going to be in HDR. It's what was it? I did write it down. The 1 hour and 22 minute mark. I did write it down. There's dynamic explosive flames moving all around the room, but the way they looked and like the way they're coming up, like you got that, like I remember it coming at you and there was multiple colors towards the center of it that I was like, wait a minute. If it wasn't for all this grain and noise, I'd be like, that looks gorgeous.
The print's got quite a few speckles on it from what I remember as well, the Blu-ray. So that will all disappear as well, which would be great. But tell me this then. So is Sean Connery playing James Bond in this?
Pretty much.
But that's the rumor. The idea is he is James Bond. He's just retired and having been disappeared.
Yeah.
So that's the thing that people talk about is, because he talks about formally of Her Majesty's SAS and all that sort of stuff. And the suggestion being that he is just Bond, just never named.
Right. Never gets named. He just gets captured. And I think they're holding, and it's, he has all of our information. And there is a line at the beginning, which I think is funny because I think we talked about it a couple of weeks ago or something when, Nicolas Cage talking about, he buys that album. He buys the Beatles album.
Yeah.
For $600. And they're like, why don't you just get the CD for $13.99 or whatever they say? I'm like, oh my God, that's what's going on today. And this was in 1996, so,
It's
really.
such a good film. I absolutely loved that movie. And when we've been to Alcatraz twice, in fact, since that film came out. And it's a lot of fun walking around and saying, that bit there, that was, Yeah, very cool.
Yep.
No, it's a great choice. Yeah, really good. Day one for 4K for me. No question about it.
Absolutely. And I have one other really quick one before we wrap up. This one here just dropped today. I watched it. It's 2 minutes. It's like 2.5 minutes, I think. This one here.
Oh, okay.
Trinnov Audio Prism. And it is awesome. Like, it's just music and stuff, but it's a Trinnov demo, audio demo. They've got graphics on the screen, but that's not what this is about. I know I don't have a Trinnov, but this playing on the Kaleidoscape through my I have a 512 system. The way and again, it's not a Trinnov, but the way this is a demo that's set up to demonstrate all of that. The way my system's set up right now is my overheads are towards the side, up in the middle, towards the middle of the room, over to the side of me. My my rear channels are behind me. So that way the sound, the music, the instruments in this they go around you, up and over you. I mean, it is clear as day. And what I heard with this demo is I could hear the music going down the side of my room. There are no speakers going down the side of my room. None. Because I only have my overheads, which are over my head, and I have my rear channels. I put my side speaker, they're behind me, the way it's set up. And it sounds like it sounds like there's sound on the side of me and towards the front of me. Then it moves. It's a really short demo. It sounds like a disco, or not a disco, but like a club scene, the way that boom, boom, Larissa and the girls were outside. They thought I was in here dancing, but I mean, it's loud. The bass is awesome. The bass response is great. But yeah, it was just so much fun. It was a blast to do. Let's see. But yeah, so that's it. And that was just a demo scene, but that just dropped today and automatically gets downloaded. So
yeah, very cool. And that's free, is it? You don't have to pay for that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It was just part, I went to watch it. I'm like, oh, do I have to download this? Nope. It was automatically there. It's just downloaded to your system.
Very cool.
All right. Do you have anything else? Do you?
Well, next week, I'm going to do Slither for next week. So that's the one I showed briefly last week.
Oh, okay.
So that's that one for next week, which I haven't seen. I've seen the movie, but I haven't seen the 4K. And then this one arrived today, which I can't wait to revisit, which is Hoppers.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I saw you post that online.
So good. It's a great film. So I'm looking forward to seeing that in 4K. Those are my two at least for next week.
Steve?
And more besides.
I've finally seen some. I haven't finished it. I saw it today. Came out today on Kaleidoscape. I can't wait to talk about it next week. I think this is in my top 10.
Oh, wow. That's come out already.
It dropped today as a surprise. I didn't even, Mortal Kombat 2 dropped today, and I can't wait to talk about it next week. I've already seen 2/3 of it.
Yeah.
I'm having a blast with it. I could have finished it, but I didn't want to run all the way to the end and be pressured to do the show, because I could have finished it and had a few minutes to get the show together, but I wanted to come in relaxed to the show, not like the past few weeks. And I almost did, because it was so, but I'm like, wait a minute, I got all week to watch. I'm not talking about it this week. I'll talk about it next week. It is, the home theater experience is so much fun. It is, this is what I'm hoping for, He-Man and stuff like that. It's but this, And I'm honestly like He-Man, I'm surprised by the movie as well, like how good it is. Like I know a lot of people said it was good, but oh my God, the home theater experience part of it, the sound, the picture. Yeah, we'll talk about Mortal Kombat next
I would expect nothing less from a Warner's disc or a Warner's thing. So yeah, can't wait. Yeah, looking forward to seeing that. Yeah, great. It was great in the theaters in the IMAX. So yeah, it'll be very cool to see it at home.
Yep. So that's what we got in store for next week. Mortal Kombat 2. That should be out streaming somewhere too. I haven't had a chance to look. Literally saw it on my way home today, and I was like, download, get it. There we go. So, all righty.
Right.
That will do it. Flew by. There we go.
Oh man, yeah. As always,
flies by. Let's see. There's that. But all right, we will be back next week. You know what we're going to be talking about. But thank you to everybody in the chat. Thanks to all the comments and keeping the chat going, even when we talk about lawyer stuff.
Yes, I'll send you all an invoice.
Yeah. There we go. Now we're in trouble. All right. Yeah. Don't sell Paul one, though. Don't sell Paul one. He wasn't listening.
No, that's true. Yeah.
Well, he'll get invoiced. Yeah, he learned nothing.
And don't forget that special code, Brightside +10.
Yeah.
That's what we said to you. Don't forget.
Oh, God. So, all right. Thanks to all the patrons. Really appreciate it. Patreon.com/Brightside Home Theater. If you don't know what that is, check it out. Maybe you'll support the show that way. Because that's the fun. All right. Oh, we're late. Steve's got to get to bed and take care of that cough. Till next time, you know what you got to do.
Go push play.
What he said.
That's right.
Hey, Fred.
This has been a Hey Fred production with theme music by Jeff Bernhardt and Throne Vault Productions.